Pickett Sports sleeper picks. We'll get to some NFL, but we are just talking Dame. The over for the updates has cashed every 10 minutes. Will he stay? Won't he stay? It's a Chris Haynes tweet. It's a Chris Haynes update. I've had it. He's a good player, but like enough. Just decide you want out or decide you're going to stay. It's really gotten exhausting at this point. I don't know. What do you guys think? Where do you guys think this ends up?
I'm at the same point where you. It's just so annoying, but it's also like I feel like even if Dame says whatever he wants, every single beat writer's still gonna do it for clicks too. Where it's just a situation where holy hell, every 2 seconds it's he's in. I don't think he really goes anywhere. I thought if he was, it would be before the draft or mid-season. So I feel like it might just be an off season of just listening to all these updates every single day and then having to block Twitter accounts for it.
It's frustrating because the latest update from them is just going to draw it out even more, where he wants to see what they're going to do in free agency. There's no way they get the type of caliber of free agents to make their team a championship competing team. And he's like, he doesn't want to be on a team with 3 superstars. Doesn't want to be on a team this and that. He wants to be on a team that has a chance. Dame, give me a break, dude. Like, make up your mind, leave. Let this be the Scoot Henderson show over there. Like, I'm just so sick of it, man.
Dude, yeah, this is the same thing as my wife and I are trying to find a camping spot for like July 4th weekend. And it's like, we need it to be with a pet, and we need it to have a toilet, and we need it to have showers. I mean, it's like, no, that doesn't exist. There is nowhere like that. Like, it's not everything you want in one. So at this point, it's like everything is just like, stop talking, because there's nothing that is going to happen. His latest remark is the most reasonable thing, which is like, I'm going to wait to see what they do. So there is no news. The news is you're not doing anything. That's not news, right? Yeah. Which people still want to hear about, because him saying anything at this point is getting, everybody's ears up. But the point that I was going to make is the one that you made, Brad. It just that it doesn't matter what you think is going to happen. It's not going to be enough to get your team. The one thing that could have happened that would make me even care about this is Zion Williamson got traded for the 3rd pick in Anthony Simons. It didn't happen. Yeah. So there's no other player that you can look at who is available, whether by trade or by signing, like Chris Middleton. I guess Kyrie's still technically unrestricted free agent.
Or like a scoot for Tobias Harris or something like that.
Yeah. All right. Lay it off. Lay off the weed.
Yeah. But you see what I'm saying? Like, so there's nothing to talk about anymore. It's really just, even whatever happens with Dame, I don't know that there's a trade involved where he's going to impact or move a line because he went to this team or that team. And nobody coming to the Blazers to help Dame is going to move a line either. So it's really all moot.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like to piggyback what you guys are saying. My dad would always say to my sister that she's not allowed to date until she's married. It's one of those things where you can't say things like that because they're two opposite sides, and he's keeps saying stuff that's just not going to compute. So,
yeah.
And I think the problem too is like it was hard to find somebody to trade the 3rd pick for that made sense for everybody. It's hard to find a spot for Damon. We've been over the trades. We can go over again. Like everyone wants to just put him on Miami. Yeah, Butler, Dame, Adebayo. That's a hell of a team. But like, what is Miami offering? Why am I doing that if I'm Portland? I'm just going to take Tyler Hero and a bunch of your crappy picks from a team who's never bad. They never tank. Like, why am I doing that if I'm Portland? I'll just hold on to him and wait for somebody to overpay. I know Bill Simmons floated out the idea of trading him for Karl Anthony Towns. I mean, you can go around the league. It's very hard to find a trade for him.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, no, and would he want to go? I mean, it seems like he has a say, regardless of the fact that he has no trade restriction. He can't stop a trade in any way, but they're still going to him to say, like, where would you want to go? Right. And that does seem relevant that he gets to. They're not going to just dump him somewhere to just sort of die out for the rest of his career. So. There is no perfect scenario, which is why it's been a stalemate. It'll continue to be a stalemate. I think we all agree that he's going to be playing in Portland on day one, alongside Scoot Henderson and Anthony Simons. So good luck playing defense.
I would still take the field. I don't know where he's going to go, but I would still take the field. I don't know if Philly can put enough around Maxey in a deal. I don't know what the deal is, but I will put it at, I mean, opening night is one thing, but by the time next trade deadline comes along, it just doesn't make sense to play Scoot and play Dame. You're not building. You're not.
It's weird.
It's a weird fit. But again, what's the trade?
I wish there was a market. I wish there was a market for Dame to play like game one in Portland. Like like before the draft, I would have like we talked about beforehand where we didn't think it was any moved at the draft. But I wish there was a way to take like game one. You could have bet him to either be the field or Portland because I don't know. This has been what 48 years of this back and forth.
So, someone said it's gonna be like I can't remember what team it was. Never mind. Like a Toronto, like some crap situation he's gonna be in. I feel bad for him. I think like a lot of it has to do with he's torn between loyalty. You know, like Portland's never going to be able to create a team that he's going to want that's going to have a legitimate chance for a championship, at least not in his playing career and his glory years. Like, just leave, Dame. No one's judging you, man.
Yeah, and he backed himself into that corner, and now it's kind of like, you know, do you want to be looked at like a flip flopper or someone who just changes, you know, how their loyalty when that was seemed to be the thing that you were putting and banking on is, you know, what people know you for is that level of loyalty. It's just silly. It doesn't matter to that degree anymore. Like, it's still a business, and at this point, just do what you got to do is how I look at it. But
yeah,
you know, I haven't really been a fan of basketball since like 1999 in terms of like rooting for a team, because that's when the Knicks died and I stopped being a fan of it. And now I'm just a basketball fan, you know?
Yeah.
All right, we'll do football here before we get out of here. We're going to each give a player rushing prop. Are we doing one or two?
However many you want, man.
We'll do one.
What do you guys
have?
I
mean, I'll do one.
Yeah, I got one.
All right, you start, Josh. What do you got?
No, let's go with Brad.
Okay, let me pull the number up. All right, so I already know what it is. I'm getting plus money for it. I'm going J.K. Dobbins under 800.5 rushing yards. Listen, first of all, let's talk about, we're waiting for this J.K. Dobbins who's coming off an ACL and then missed a bulk of the season last season to have this explosiveness. I didn't see the explosiveness last year. And then what's pretty funny about the Baltimore Ravens, they're going to be in a new system, obviously, but they've never had a running back get more than 51% of the carries, even when they had Mark Ingram as their primary back. So he's going to split with Gus Edwards. So you're getting two ways to get out of this situation here. I think he ran for about 500 something, 600 something while missing all those games. I just don't believe the hype in J.K. Dobbins. Like, it's different if you're going to take him late in the fantasy round than if you're going to bet on him to be healthy all season and be the bell cow and have this amazing season.
I like it. Yeah, and I mean, they're obviously going to be a rush-heavy team. How do you feel about how Lamar affects all of it?
I think Lamar's going to be running. I think I got Lamar around 800 rushing yards as well. Yeah. Like, I almost took Lamar rushing touchdowns over, but I still don't trust that he'll be healthy. That's my only problem.
I know, and we should definitely mention that we were all noticing how juiced these running back totals are, because this is one market that the books know. The NFL has moved into a passing, you know, and a 3-down back system. And it's really your running back, you know, share. Now I'm always just looking at like how often is he on the field, right? What's the percentage share of snaps? Like, that's all I want to know for a running back, is what are even the opportunities for him to put up stats, right? And so that's why they're all low. I'm going Miles Sanders under 925.5 on DraftKings. I don't think it was any better on FanDuel. It was right around the same thing, and didn't shop it even more, but friendly reminder to always shop these things as much as you can, per our boy WillHill here. If you can get $15, get $15. But the point for Miles Sanders is like, he's going to a team, right, where what's the situation in Carolina at this point that you would feel comfortable with, where you've got the same running back in consistently? I just, each of the last couple seasons, you know, with this team, you just kind of see by the you know, third, fourth, fifth game, it's like there's a different quarterback in, you know, there's a different starting running back. Chuba Hubbard gets hurt, or is he really good? We're not really sure, because he can average 4.7 yards a carry, but he can also only play about 7 games in a season. So how is he going to impact Miles Sanders? Like, it's all just this influx situation over there that I just don't trust at all, and feel much better taking that, you know, fading Miles Sanders to get close to 1,000 yards. Maybe about 750, 800 would make a lot more sense if he plays 17 games.
Yeah, I like that. That was actually what I was looking at. The one I was going to bring up, which I haven't bet yet, admittedly, because I don't really bet rushing props, but this one I was looking at. What are you guys' thoughts on this? When I was looking at this morning, Tony Pollard on DraftKings is under 1,050.5. That feels really high, especially it's his first year ever being really the running back one. He has some health issues. But like then you also have Malik Davis, Ronald Jones brought in. Like they have so many different backs that are more traditional running backs, and that Dallas offense focuses so much on like that West Coast, you know, passing, short passing, like screen here and there.
Well, they have a new coordinator, right?
McCarthy's taking over the play calling, and the reason I didn't play that under was because I cannot get over the fact that he said we're gonna run the damn ball. I know that he was quoting another coach, but like he's excited to smash the ball. I get your point though. Like, is Tony Pollard gonna
Is Tony Pollard the guy smashing the ball? Is my question.
Yeah, because he's never once in his career, not even in college, had to be the running back who goes between the tackles. I get it. He was normally a change of pace back, a guy who's going out wide. So I get your play. I just didn't want to test the waters when I have a coach who's adamant about running the ball.
Yeah, I think it's I would lean on the side of what you're saying, Brian. Like I'm not as confident in it, but like Brad's saying, but I would lean towards what you're saying because the conversation forever with Tony Pollard is like you all want to just crown him, right? But at the same time, like you don't see the dirty work Ezekiel Elliott has been doing the whole time when he's actually on the field, and so I think there's something to be said for not having Zeke around anymore. And Ronald Jones is great between the tackles, but like can he stay healthy? He's the one that's going to be able to get in the rotation. So.
It's also a matter of, as of right now, Tony Pollard's not even like officially even ready to like football activities.
Yeah.
Too. So it's one of those things where, like I said, I haven't bet it yet, but it's 75 yards lower on FanDuel, and I think the DraftKings like 1,050 for a guy that I really like Tony Pollard. He's like one of my favorite guys to bet on / have in fantasy, but that was the one I was looking at. It was that and Miles Sanders, just like yesterday. With Justin Fields, it was my first one was taken. So I Sam said in the chat here, FIFA Brit on Goldboys, that my face when you said Miles Sanders is very adamant. Yeah, I'm all for fading Miles Sanders.
What about you,
Will? I'm torn between two guys, either Henry or Barkley, either one under. I'll go Derrick Henry under. Best number is FanDuel 1175. I mean, he's about to turn 30. Turns 30 before the season ends. I mean, how much of a workload can this guy carry? He's such a physical back. I know he's a physical freak, but he's had trouble staying healthy the last couple of years. And to me, for him to get to 1,200 yards with the beating he takes, every carry is a car crash. I'm skeptical that he can stay healthy. I'm skeptical that he can maintain this production. So I will go Derrick Henry under 1,175 rushing yards.
Yeah, and you don't have to deal with Saquon Barkley trying to get a contract.
I mean, he's going to play. He has no leverage, so he's going to play.
He's going to play.
I don't know if he's going to be motivated. I don't know if he's going to get the contract and say, hey, or just take the $10 million, whatever they're giving him, and say, all right, once I get to camp, I'm going to roll my ankle, and if you don't give me a new contract, I'm going to stay hurt. One of those things where he can pretend like he's hurt. I just don't know how to perceive that one, but I would go under too.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about Saquon is I think for a running back, you don't have time to mess around like that. You can't be like holding out and like you got to be on the field performing. But I would definitely not be fading Saquon. But what I would like to know is there anywhere
he's trying to hold? He's talking about holding out. Like if you hold out, you don't get your money. You got to get your money and then you know what? Come up with some holdout after. Just say, hey, I have a headache, I have a knee injury, I have an ankle injury, but not taking the 10 million is not a play. He doesn't really have any leverage. What were you gonna say though?
Yeah. No, I was gonna ask if there's anywhere you can find like top 5 MVP odds as opposed to like having to win MVP. Yeah, because that's official. That's an official vote count. So I would love to be able to get in like golf style top 5 finish or whatever. You know?
I did like Anthony Richardson most quarterback rushing yards, but the numbers like got blown all the way down to 5-1. It was 7-1, 7 plus 750 when it opened. So I didn't end up saying that in the show, but if anybody who's looking at that market, I like Anthony Richardson. I just, like we talked about a little bit, like Justin Fields staying healthy, Lamar Jackson staying healthy, and then Jalen Hurts just not going to run enough. Like Jalen Hurts is not the type of guy who's going to go and run these 50-yard runs, but Anthony Richardson, Lamar Jackson, Justin Fields, those are those kind of guys. So the number's a little short, but
plus Jalen Hurts has 4 wildly good running backs in his
and he's got good
he's got tight ends. So I guess I kind of
they're all right.
That offense. The offense will be kind of fun to look at. It'd be annoying for fantasy.
No, man, I think we'll come back with some more MLB stuff. Obviously tomorrow, maybe some receiving NFL stuff. If you want to take a look.
Anybody who took the Mark Zuckerberg, the line got smashed now. We went from -160 to -265. So good CLV there.
No, what's Elon Musk at?
Elon Musk, I don't know. I'm not even gonna. I'm doing a TikTok about why you should fade Elon Musk. When Elon Musk was talking to Dana White, one of his reasons on why he could beat Zuckerberg was because he's from South Africa. He's been in fights before, been in street fights before.
Oh,
like I think he's gonna be in for a rude awakening.
Is this fight actually happening?
Doubt it, but they put a deadline on August 31st, so we'll know by then.
All right,
maybe
boys.
maybe that's
Yeah,
what we
go
should
ahead.
do at the Drum of our show. We should get like a 2v2.
Wait, let's
cage
do
match
let's
going.
do my sleeper pick one more time,
Yeah,
just
go
because
ahead.
we cut out during it, and I'll be short and sweet on this. I did a double sleeper pick, so 2 of the plays are the same. The only difference is the home runs. That's Garrett Whitlock over 17.5 pitching outs. Shohei Ohtani to hit a home run, and then the one that switches is Josh Donaldson of the Yankees to hit a home run, and Stanton of the Yankees to hit a home run. One's $5 to win 134. The other one's $5 to win 122.
All right. Check out Sleeper. Check out Pickett. Brian, Josh, Brad. Appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow, 1 o'clock Eastern, thereabouts. So good luck with all your plays. We'll see you tomorrow.